Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What's up, everybody?
We are on the move again. I don't think we've stopped moving.
Sheesh.
This has been a whirlwind, guys. A whirlwind trip. It's I don't think we've stayed anywhere 24 hours yet.
Man, I think 10, 12 hours is no, we were there for 14 hours probably is the most we've been in each place.
Yeah, we are on the move. We are on the way back to Come On Mountain and Dreamers Landing.
That's right.
Right now. As you can see in the back,
we got lots of stuff.
We have concealed what we came for. We had to get a little creative. I have my co-pilot right here set that up. I think he's done a great job.
David was just telling me, he was like, so I want to do a keeping it real with everybody, but I don't want to spill the beans just that. I was like, I got an idea.
Yeah. So my spider monkey here climbed into the back and came up with the wall of greatness.
Yes.
Oh man, it has been a whirlwind, but it has been such an amazing trip, guys. Hanging out with Tim and touring the ridge and all of that was amazing. I can't wait for y'all to see that part of the video.
I even had a tour of through Mississippi since that was my first time. Frankie took me around on the side-by-side.
Mike had a VIP tour, but from the boss.
From the boss. We cruised around in the Polaris, and man, she can drive that sucker too.
Yeah, I tell you what, Frankie is an amazing young lady. She really is. Sid and Mike has done such a wonderful job with her. She is so genuine, real, hardworking, smart, talented. Like she is.
Did you hear her singing this morning?
Oh yeah,
she was
blowing she was getting
down.
ready for church, and she's in the choir. So she was in there getting ready or whatever. She was just throwing it down, boy, getting those vocal cords warmed up. She reminds me so much of Levi. Right. When Levi was her age and stuff, and how mature that he was and that she is, and just how just a big-hearted, just good young adult
she's the first child I've ever seen when her parents, either her mom or dad, told her to do something. There was never any back talk. There was never any hesitation. It was always no problem, or I'm on it, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and it was done. I was like, wow.
She is a hard worker, guys. She got some guns.
Hey, she has some guns, man.
She got some guns, boy. She got that country strong.
That's right.
And that's the same thing that Levi had, was that country strong. And yeah, it was just a great time, man. The hospitality with Tim over there at Ridge Life and his mom, and Mike and Sid and Frankie is just, it's next level, guys. It's next level. What you see on camera and stuff with them only shows even a part of how good of people that
just
they are.
Just a small.
It's his first time meeting Mike and Sid and Frankie.
Yep.
He met Tim when Tim came up to Come On Mountain there. And of course, him and Tim hit it off instantly. And I told him, I said, you're really going to enjoy meeting Mike and Sid and Frankie and stuff. They just, man, they're such a good family.
I wasn't even there 10 minutes, and I felt like I had belonged already. I had felt accepted into the family already.
Yeah. It was great. Me, Mike, and Mike, we stayed up, guys, until like 2:30 in the morning, just talking, you know, and just hanging out and just, you know, telling old stories and stuff like that. And me and Mike tend to do that when I go there already, and now we got the other Mike, and
it was cool to be able to share some of my story with Mike, you know.
Yeah.
Even though he was a stranger to me, I felt like I've known him all my life.
Yeah.
It was
so it's just easy. It's just easy, guys. The community and the family that we've built here is just, it means so much, guys. It means so much. To me, it's even stronger than family, in my opinion, because we choose this.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Family, you get what you get.
You don't get to choose.
Yeah, you don't get to choose. You got to take the good and the bad. You know what I mean? But here, we choose this community. We choose this family. And you're intentional about it, right? And it's just, It's amazing, man. It blows my mind every time that I get an opportunity to do this stuff. And for me, you know, I make a lot of trips to Florida and stuff. Y'all know I'm a well-traveled individual in this niche that we're in or whatever. I might be the most traveled in our niche.
You might be.
You know what I mean? Because when I say at the end of my videos, come on, let's go on another adventure, you can count on it. I'm going on an adventure.
Like yesterday?
Yeah. Woo, speaking of yesterday, I'm going to let go and Mike talk about this one here for a minute.
So yesterday, we're having lunch with Tim. Fantastic lunch. We're getting ready to leave. We get 3 Mississippi's address into the phone, into Google Maps. It tells us we're like 2 hours away. 2.5, something like that. And we strike off. We're riding. We get off the interstate. It's a nice, easy ride, smooth ride, guys. And as we're getting closer, it's like 3-4 miles away. Uncle David was like, I don't know, maybe because we're coming from Tim's, that seems like this is a different way in. I ain't never seen this way before.
I knew something was off.
So we're riding. So I'm looking around, and David's like, Mike, this doesn't feel right. All the terrain is real hilly. None of these buildings or houses look familiar. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, you have arrived. And we're looking around. Nothing. I'm talking about,
except for big, deep ravines
on both sides of the road, guys. I'm talking about 50-foot ravines all the way down.
No cell service.
0 cell service.
None.
And like all the houses look like something out of Deliverance.
Yeah, Deliverance or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We were waiting for someone to come out of the woods with a chainsaw or an ice pick on us.
Like, I got the pew-pew close because I was just like, until we got back in service where we can call for help if we needed or whatever, we went in and kept the pew-pew a little close.
And I investigated on the Google Maps to find out what happened. What had happened was...
Well, I had to see what happened.
When we pulled it up, it was the exact same county road. It was the exact same name and
the streets and everything. Everything was the same. It's just different towns.
But there was no like physical address number on the Google Maps. So after it was put into the Google Maps, it like lost the address somehow, and it never rerouted us, or it never told us we were going in the wrong direction until we got there. And even
Tim like zoomed in on the map and everything, was like, yeah, it's all interstate, that looks right, and all that other stuff. Not saying it was Tim's fault, because it was very similar to the route that you would take. There was a little bit off. And when I say little bit,
it was far off was it? I mean, we wasn't far at all. We were only like 2 hours away. Like 115 miles southwest of where we were supposed to be.
From Tim's to 3 Mississippi is about a 2-hour and 15-minute drive.
Yep.
We drove that whole, because even the time was the same, right? It was like, you know,
like 2:30.
2:30, somewhere around there.
I figured it was taking a little longer because of like
traffic.
Lunchtime traffic and stuff like that.
So we drove 2.5 hours. We filled up right whenever we left Tim for lunch.
Yep.
Like literally right down the block. And after that trip happened, we had to get gas because I was on a quarter of a tank, $60.
Yep. That
reroute cost me.
Yeah.
And so whenever we did finally get back to a service and we like re-put everything in the maps and stuff, and we actually did like the Earth view to make sure it was the right place and all of that, we was literally like 2 hours away from where we was supposed to be going. So basically it doubled our trip.
Yeah, and it's no exaggeration, guys. It was literally 2 hours away.
Yeah.
We tried to call Mike. Mike didn't answer.
So I called Sid, and I told Sid, see, because they was cooking us some ribeyes and some good groceries for when we got there. So I wanted to get a hold of them because they was expecting us to like drive down the driveway. Like I talked to who was it, Sid or whatever, and they was expecting us there like any minute.
Yeah.
Any minute. And we're sitting on some Deliverance road out in the middle of nowhere waiting on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre dude to come out with a chainsaw on us. And we wasn't nowhere near him. So I had to call him and I said, oh, hold the steaks because I promise you to be burnt by the time we get there. And told them. And they was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But you know what, guys? Y'all see me on here and I deal with a lot of adversity and stuff from time to time. It's just part of this lifestyle. it's all on how you handle it and you deal with it and stuff.
Could have got mad, could have got upset, yelled, cussed.
It could have, you know, it could have made me lose my religion. Come on. But
what happened? How'd you play that?
Well, I looked at Mike and I said, well, it's a good thing that we found some good old school radio stations.
That's right.
We turned the radio up. Let's go on another adventure.
That was cool though that we got to find that radio station, because it threw us back a little bit about
like back in our younger days,
15 years ago.
Yeah, when we used to hang out, we found two old school. We found an old school country one that we jammed to for a while, and an old school like hip hop pop type one or whatever back when we was youth. And what they call it, throwback something. Yeah, I
was like, dang, throwback. My music is throwback now? Oh, man.
You know you're getting old whenever all of a sudden you end up on the classic channel. Yeah, but, you know, we just turned the radio on, started jamming and singing and, you know, making the best of it or whatever. And
before you knew it, it said 30 minutes left.
Yeah, 30 minutes left. And the route that we took ended up taking us through like a nature preserve type deal or whatever for about, I'd say 30, 40 minutes. It was a long road.
The Natchez Trail or Natchez Reserve?
Something like that. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
It was the most beautiful ride so far that I've seen on our trip.
And it was also the nicest roads in Mississippi. Right? Because Mississippi got some bad roads, guys.
Man, those roads were crazy.
Well, you know, the James Bond thing is shaking, not stirred. Yep, that's Mississippi when you're driving down it.
It was almost like driving up the mountain.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we made the best of it. You know, we got there, and of course, we went live last night. If you have not checked that out, we had a blast on the live. We went live on 3 Mississippi's channel last night. We were supposed to go live after dinner, but because of our reroute issue, we actually went live before dinner, and we had a blast.
Mike had to keep feeding the grill more charcoal and more charcoal to keep it going. At the end of it, I was like, hey, Mike, I bet you didn't expect to use a whole giant bag of charcoal to cook 5 steaks.
Yeah, so it cost me $60 in gas for the reroute, and it cost Mike a big old bag of charcoal. Because that was the most charcoal ever used to cook a couple of ribeyes, for sure. But the food was amazing. Sid made this bread, this sweet bread.
Some homemade bread? It was like potato bread?
Yeah, potato bread, but it had like cinnamon.
Oh, the cinnamon.
The sweet bread. She also made some of her firecrackers, and we got some of those right here. Matter of fact, come on with the firecrackers. She sent us home, and she's always sending me with travel snacks.
That's right.
Every time I leave, and also some homemade bread.
That's that potato bread.
And this isn't even made in like a bread maker or nothing, guys. This is all made from a starter and everything. Oh man, it's so good, so good. So just. All in all, man, just such a great trip, man. It's been amazing. So far, so good, knock on wood.
No
everything's going well this morning so far. We're not there yet, so I don't want to jinx it, but so far up to this point, everything is going good.
I really enjoyed myself yesterday, or day before. Yeah, it was yesterday. I really enjoyed myself yesterday at Tim's, riding through the ridge and exploring those 30 acres, guys, because Tim has an adult playground on that ridge for any side-by-side or a 4x4 or a four-wheeler, my bad, not a full truck or anything, but riding the ridge was awesome.
I will tell you this, we was on 3 wheels a couple of times.
Yeah.
Y'all will see it in the video. I ended up on top of the side-by-side to keep us from going.
We were going up an incline like this, and all of a sudden it started to lean back. All 4 tires are spinning, and we get stopped at the top.
I had to crawl out the front and climb on the hood, and yeah, we ended up having to winch it and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it still didn't even get it down. Tim had to bust out the winch and pull us up, but hey, you know you're having a good time when you got to bust out the winch.
Yeah, and I seen Old Blue.
Ooh, that's right.
I seen Old Blue in person.
I actually took a thumbnail yesterday on our STS with Old Blue. If you guys haven't checked that out, go over to Drifting Dreamers 5 channel and check that thumbnail out, guys, of me sitting in the jaws of Old Blue.
Yeah. I will tell you this, though. After seeing Old Blue, I sure do love Uber.
Uber's a beast, man.
Now, Old Blue's got some tall tires and stuff. It's a little bit narrower than what I was expecting.
Yep.
To be honest.
In the rear end.
Yeah, I'm thinking Old Blue's more of a farm tractor, but it's a big old girl. I mean, I'll give her due.
Hey, she's sexy though.
She's sexy. I mean, I love Blue. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, Tim's been coming at Uber so hard that it makes it to where I can't say I like Blue, right? Yeah. But Blue's my favorite color, as you can see. It makes my eyes twinkle. But yeah, I'll give Uber. See, Uber's on my mind. I miss you, Uber. I'll give Blue some credit. It's a really nice tractor. It really is. So I enjoyed actually seeing it in person. But I tell you what, it definitely puts into perspective of how big and beefy Uber is, like for real.
Man. Yeah, to see the arms that controls the bucket and stuff for Blue, like the size of the steel compared to the size of Uber steel. Yeah. Night and day, guys. Yeah. Night and day.
Yeah, it's like that SpongeBob, Mr. Crab. Yeah. Yeah, especially with that. What do you call it now? The crocodile?
Oh, yeah, the crocodile. Yeah, the crocodile mouth. It looks way more like a crocodile mouth, guys, than a pterodactyl claw. Yeah, yeah. And it's sharp. Those teeth on that.
Yeah, I will tell you, to me, to be honest, the beefiest part of Old Blue is that attachment. Yeah. That joker is serious. Yeah. And I would love to know what Uber could do with that thing on the front.
I heard it. Tim had opened it and closed the jaws of it, and man, when it would open and close, when it closed, it was like cling, cling. It sounded tough.
Yeah, it's crazy. But guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because we are still traveling and we are loaded down and
on the road again.
On the road again, and we still got 4 hours and 35 minutes to go. So we still got a ways to go.
311 more miles.
Yeah. So we're going to keep on keeping on, but I wanted to touch base with you guys and, you know, just kind of let y'all know where we're at on our trip. I know a lot of y'all guys worry about me whenever I'm out here traveling the roads and stuff, so just giving you a little update. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday and relaxing a little bit before we start this week again. And until we see each other again, guys, come on. Hey, keep it real.